DJ and PK, the Utah Mammoth held 3 one-goal leads, one in each period, but 2 goals in just over 90 seconds for the Nashville Predators. Tied at 3 and won it for 4-3. Pair of goals from future Hall of Famer Steven Stamkos, his 16th and 17th of the year, and Utah returns from the holiday break with their first action in 7 nights, falling 4-3 to the Nashville Predators. Utah got off to a great start in each period. Just 5:48 into the opening frame, J.J. Peterka got his 15th on the power play, and Utah was up 1-0.
This way, Keller at the left point. Connects the dots with Gunther. He drags it front. Back door, they score! J.J. Peterka taps in the setup from Dylan Gunther.
4 minutes and 3 seconds later, the Predators would get the equalizer, and we were 1-1 going to the second before Mikhail Sergachev on a big bomb got his 6th of the year, his 6th point in the last 8 games to give Utah the lead back.
Even the games they've lost, a lot of them Utah's played really well. Small left circle, the offensive zone. Slap shot, Sergachev, he scores! Mikhail Sergachev puts Utah back in front with a bomb from up high.
Assisted by Sean Dursey, who has 6 points in the last 7 games, and Nick Schmaltz, who now takes the team lead in scoring with 33 points in 44 games. That lead lasted 4 minutes and 10 seconds before the Predators came back and tied us up again. On to the third, where Utah would find Dylan Gunther all alone, his 17th. A 2-point night for him, and the Mammoth get the lead back.
He takes Adam Wilsby up against the wall. Puck in front. Gunther dangles and scores! Dylan Gunther puts Utah back in front.
That lead would be Utah's longest of the night for 7 minutes and 37 seconds before Nashville got a power play goal from Stamkos, and then 1 minute and 37 seconds later, he gave Nashville their first lead of the night with 6:43 left to go in regulation. Mammoth had a couple power plays, including 25 seconds on a 5-on-3 power play, looking for their third 5-on-3 goal of the season, but unable to get that. Score stayed 4-3, and that's where it ends up. Nashville, who has now won 9 of their last 13, they return from Christmas break on Saturday, fell in St. Louis, and they get the Mammoth on their return from the holidays on Monday night by a count of 4-3. Let's hear from Mikhail Sergachev after the game, him and Sean Dursey as Utah's top D pairing, with Dursey back and healthy, has been quite the thing to watch for the Mammoth.
Just the initial thoughts and frustration, maybe where did that come from that game?
Yeah, obviously I thought we played better for the most of the game, and we're sloppy on PK and the last goal there. And that cost us a game, I think. Got to be more focused in those crucial moments in the game.
When a team like the Preds is pesky and sticks around, especially in kind of the retaliation with goals, what do you want to see more from your team in response?
Yeah, more fight. I mean, we were in the fight, but we kind of felt like we got down on ourselves because we gave up a goal. We were up, and we thought we were going to win, and just got a little too high. And didn't defend twice there, and back on the back of the net, we're here.
How can this team be better at consistently putting teams away when you're in a situation where you're leading by a goal in the third period?
Yeah, as they say, you got to learn from your mistakes and not repeat them. But that's what we got to do, and we know what the problem is. We just gotta work through it, and there's gonna be some lapses and stuff, but we got to get into it and play much better there in the crucial last 10 minutes of the game.
You spent a lot of time with Steven Stamkos. How clutch is a player like that, and what does it take to stop a player like that? Yeah,
you saw it tonight. He is still one of the best players in the league, and he shows it every game. And what does it take? I mean, when you're on him, what is he going to do? There's nothing he can do if you're close to him and cover him, but if you give him one extra second, he's going to score. He's a pure goal scorer, pure winner. So,
There were some bright spots, and one of the things we talked about a lot in the game was spreading the zone. What did you see just in terms of using that space from your group?
Yeah, it was much better. We were controlling the puck in the O-zone a lot. I want to see us shoot more a little bit and more traffic, but we're going to get to that. We were controlling the puck, and we were creating a lot, so maybe simplify at times. Yeah.
Thanks, Sergey.
Dylan Guenther with his 7th multiple-point game of the year, assisted on Utah's first goal, scored their 3rd. Utah this year pretty successful when they get 3 or more goals in a game, 17-6 entering Monday night. Let's hear what Dylan Guenther said after the game.
Yeah, I mean, you can't lose the little details. Those all add up, so I think, yeah, it's important to stay present.
What do you want to see from this team in response to this game moving forward?
I think just execution, honestly. I thought we outplayed them. They had a little bit of a push there when we went up, but I think just execution all over the ice when you get a chance, score it, passing it on the tape. Just bearing down, I think.
Sergachev talked about continuing to learn and turning that learning into action. I guess at what point does learning become action?
Yeah, I think, like I said, I think we outplayed them and we had our chances. It's just, I know we had a few days off or whatever, but I feel like there's not that much time to waste. Every game's important, so making sure that we're bearing down.
It seemed like you guys were getting tons and tons of chances on the power play today. What was different today about as opposed to previous games?
Power play snapped well. Would have been huge to get one late there. Just get the building going. Would have had a lot of momentum, but I think it's just the work. Outworking them. They were aggressive, and we got a lot of skill on the power play on both units. And when they're going to do that, just try to make plays. And we did that. It's just finishing them off.
And for Utah head coach Andre Tourney, a lot to like. All the analytics say that this one on Monday was all Mammoth, but a couple decisions, couple penalties put Utah behind the 8 ball, and then they couldn't come back and tie it up once the Predators took their first lead of the night after trailing 3 different times.
Frustrating. We played really good for a long stretch of the game at 5-on-5 on our power play, even on our PK, or one mistake big mistake on the PK. They had the broken stack, was 4-on-4. We should have been more aggressive, and we gave an opportunity for them to have a clean look from the slot. So that's unfortunate. And other than that, 5-on-5, I think we did a really good job defensively. But we need to find a way to, in key situation and key moment, and when push comes to shove, to be better.
Can you expand a little bit more on what you would like to see out of your team moving forward, taking away from the good and the bad from this game, moving forward into that next stretch?
We doubled them on scoring chance, so we did a lot of good, I think a little bit, it will be nitpicking if I go and say, hey, a little bit more of this, a little bit more of that. At the end of the day, like I said, we doubled them at 5-on-5 special team, so there's a matter of getting opportunistic, scoring big goal at key moment, and I think in the third we gave them 2 chances at 5-on-5, 1 or 2. So they were opportunistic, and they find a way to get the 2 points. So we need to learn from that.
We saw a ton of really good scoring chances from the bottom 6, specifically that boot line. What have they been doing right that puts them in those chances to get through there?
I think they keep their game simple. They go with the net. They're predictable. They know exactly what will be the next play. They're on the same page on how they have to generate offense. I think on that they generate a lot of good, and it's unfortunate they made a mistake on the winning goal.
2 points for Guenther tonight. Obviously, he's kind of taken a bigger scoring approach with Cooley out. What have you seen from his game over the last couple of weeks?
I think he played a complete game. He played a game the way we know he's capable of. Tonight he played against their top line all night long. Did a really good job at 5-on-5, and he scored a big goal, made points. I think he's playing a really good hockey.
In close games like that, what makes the difference between being able to close the team out, especially when you have a 1-goal lead in the third period, as opposed to what happened?
Well, I think even before we had the lead, when the game was tight, I think we played well. We applied pressure on them, and we had a bunch of great opportunity. That is where at some point you need to separate yourself. When I will say when the opponent give you the opportunity to create that separation, you need to have that killer instinct. You need to have that edge, and we could have take a way bigger lead at key moments. So we didn't. That's one. And two, I think it's tough for me to be sit in front of you here and say, hey, we need to be better defensively in that. I think, like I said, I think they had 2 chances in the third period at 5-on-5. So it's not like they will have 0. It's an NHL team. The other side, it's a good team. So I think it's at key moment when push comes to shove, it's important to make the last big play.
It was a game that Utah played without Karel Vejmelka, as he was placed on injured reserve on Monday, retroactive to last Tuesday. So he's eligible to come off of injured reserve today. Vitek Vanacek got the start for Utah, as the team really missed their starting goaltender in Vejmelka, who has a record of 16-10-2. Vanacek stopped 25-26 against Colorado last Tuesday to give Utah the chance, but unable to keep the puck out of the net 4 different times on Monday night, as Utah will fall. They're back in action on Thursday, New Year's Day at 12 p.m., starting a road trip at the Islanders at the UBS Arena. 1 p.m. face-off. We'll be on the air with Hockey Day at Utah at noon. Saturday, Utah's in Newark, New Jersey to take on the Devils. Another 1 p.m. face-off. 12 p.m. edition of Hockey Day at Utah, and the trip will wrap up on Monday at Madison Square Garden. 5 p.m. face-off. 4 p.m. Hockey Night in Utah against the Rangers. Mammoth back home a week from tomorrow to start a season-long 7-game homestand. Mammoth Daily is back on Monday, January 5th from our Christmas vacation. Mike Volta and myself every day with you, bringing you the latest wherever you get your podcasts, Apple, Spotify, Utah Mammoth YouTube page, SCG Plus, and Mammoth Plus. Like us, subscribe, share, and we'll catch you coming up next week on Mammoth Daily.